In this example, we are going to rewrite two radical expressions using rational exponents. In part A, we have the fifth root of the quantity 3x plus 4. The first step in rewriting this using rational exponents or fractional exponents is to recognize that a fifth root is the same thing as an exponent of 1/5. The catch here is to recognize what the 1/5 exponent is applying to. In our specific example, it has to apply to everything under the original radical. So in this case, the quantity 3x plus 4 was underneath the radical, which means that exponent of 1/5 must apply to the 3x plus 4 as a single quantity. In other words, we need to put 3x plus 4 in parentheses. As always with exponents, they only apply to what they're touching, what they are immediately next to. So when converting between the radical notation and the notation using exponents, you need to make sure your exponent still applies to everything that the radical originally applied to. In part B, we have 1 over the 8th root of p to the third. The first step in rewriting this using rational exponents is to recognize that the 8th root of p to the third power is the same thing as p to the 3/8 power. But it is important to recognize that is the denominator of a fraction. So even when we convert this to a rational exponent, it must stay in the denominator. This then gives us 1 over p to the 3/8. This is a correct answer that addresses the directions that were given. We rewrote the radical expression using rational exponents. Just as a reference, we could also rewrite 1 over p to the 3/8 as the expression p to the negative 3/8. As always when working with exponents, whether a negative exponent is considered to be acceptable will depend on context, and it will depend on the directions you're given. Given the directions that have been included with this example, either answer would be fully correct.